First and foremost, as with all things and everything, we give great honor, great respect to the creator of the heavens and the earth, to the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And to the family here, I say Shabbat Shalom. Shalom. It's a beautiful day outside. Y'all might feel it's a little chilly, but it's a beautiful Shabbat day. God is great. How y'all feeling? Amen. Amen. Yeah, we've been having some great lessons here and great teachings. You can tell when people fired up about this book, about this way of life. You know what I mean? They want to take the next person portion. That's all right. That's all right. I got some guys in the room right there fighting. They was like, Prince, you told me I could come up. I lied. My brother looking at me now like, wow. But it's a beautiful thing when you're inspired to talk about the words of the Most High. You know, to talk about your forefathers and the things that went on, because that's our life. Yes, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. This is just repetition. These things repeat themselves. And if you can get an edge up on what happened with your forefathers and things like that, and talk with your elders, you can get an edge up on life. You can say, wow, this is like deja vu. I've seen this before. This happened before. And you can know how to motivate and move around situations. So we can't take these things lightly. Again, like my brother Chief Ooze, also I'd like to give our condolences, you know, as leadership of D.C.B. to our families, brother Kazia, brother Asa Queen, and to our sister who lost her twin. And I've knew them many years. Right. You know, what's the new name? Because you know I was to sure. Like I said, I knew her many years. I was about to say the name that he didn't want to bring up, but that's our sister. She's a beautiful person, beautiful children, and her sister, her twin. So that's a loss for them, and we send our condolences out. And we're gonna go into the book of Genesis. Moving right along, and we're going to go to chapter 25, verse 19.
We're in the book of Genesis, chapter 25, starting from verse 19. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean, of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Aramean, to be his wife.
Okay, all right. Verse 19. It says, these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac. This is a major piece. This is a major start off. Because one thing we need to know is that we need to know our genealogy.
Right.
We need to know from whence we come. You know, and that gives us a good head start on where we're going. That's if right. We know our forefathers, we know our grandfather, and he can tell us stories about fathers before us, and we know all these things from before we was born. We need to take time out, yes, young and old, and, you know, like we have a thing, the family tree. You know, we started it some years ago with our, you know, when we have our little family gatherings and stuff, and it helps a lot. You start learning, and you sitting down, and you learning about your grandmother. You don't know, you know, where your family in it. It helps give you character. That's right. Verse 20. And as we're going to read in this portion, it has a lot to do with marriages. It has a lot to do with a few things, but you're going to hear marriage and things. You're going to hear about the marriage situations a few times in here. You know, and it says, and what we know is, it says that Jacob, no, I'm sorry. It said Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah. So therefore we know that there's really no age on, you know, on marriages, you know. Sometimes, you know, a lot of us, you know, may play on it, you know, the 40-year-old virgin, and, you know, and the girl going into her 30s, she's 35, she ain't been married. What's wrong with her? You know, something must be wrong with her. But there's no real age limit. It's when you're ready. And with most men, you can't jump into anything to get a wife if you're not foundationally set yourself. So some of us, we come out, from college, or some of us get a job after high school, and you build up your kesef and your mindset to be ready to take on a wife. And some of us can do it younger than others. Give me some tissue. And so that's what it is. But as fables and stories go, I don't think none of us that's been a father, I don't think none of us that are fathers would give our 3-year-old daughter away. And I'm just saying that on something I heard the other day, that one of our emus was passed on at 3 years old to be married. So I'm just saying, I don't think I would do that. Come, Sheba.
21. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and Yahweh let himself be entreated of him.
Prayer. We talked about this so much. We talked about it when Abraham sent his servant to get Isaac a wife. Mm-hmm. Prayer, and it's got to be precise prayer.
That's right.
We talked about it in the Psalms, when you're talking about your enemy, anything. When that man prayed, he made it precise. Let this girl bring me water and feed the camel, and give the camels water. Prayer is precise. This man's wife is barren. He goes and prays to the Most High, because we know that's where all things and everything come from. And let's not fool ourselves.
Right.
We can go to the doctors and do fertility stuff and all that, but our first start is the Most High.
That's right.
Before you seek a physician, we start at the Most High, and that's what he did. Come, she.
And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, wherefore do I live? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Okay.
Now, the prayer went through. And as with most prayers, they said family that pray together, stay together. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure when Isaac was doing this, his Isha probably was right there at his side. Mm-hmm. Yah, give us child. Give us, and we praying together. So when this thing finally happens, bam, they both happy. Wow, you pregnant? Oh, man. It's a beautiful thing. But in time, Rivka was like, oh, man, this pregnancy thing is something else. There's a lot of kicking and boxing, and, they having a little thing going on in here. So now she goes also, being a God-fearing woman, to the Most High. Father, he don't discriminate who we talk to. Right. He talks to the old, to the young, males, females, children, everybody. Mm-hmm. The Most High, if y'all, you'll feel that. So she goes and say, listen, this thing, I know we asked for it, but this is a little much in here. Right. So then the Most High says, listen, you got two people, 2 nations inside of you. Right. You got 2 nations up in you. So the Most High is comforting her. Come, she.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came forth ruddy, all over like a hairy mantle, and they called his name Esau. And after that came forth his brother, and his hand had a hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a quiet man dwelling in tents.
Okay, so now it says, all right, the 2 nations in you, right? So some smooth, and now it says, it told us earlier, and the younger the elders shall bow down to the younger. Right. So, it wasn't a far-fetched thing, when she told this to her husband Isaac, he probably said, well, Ishmael was older than me. And, the Most High talked to my Abba and said, through me shall be the blessing. You know what I mean? And then time went on. Right. Then we had Joseph. Joseph was young. He stood up over his brothers. Mm-hmm. They had to bow down to him. Yes, sir. We know this thing ain't far-fetched. We had Ephraim. being Jacob being old now, he crossed his hands. He said, "Now I know he's the older, but this guy here, something in him." So it's a lot of times. David was the youngest of his brothers. Shalom was the youngest. And it says, and one was ruddy, and the other one, and hairy, and the other one was smooth. But we being Israel, we know that we like a bouquet of flowers. We know we like a speckled bird. We know we come out and all different, so this is common to us. Yeah. Some people, would second guess a baby coming out. You have Europeans, look, that baby come out all dark like that. You be like, hey, whoa, yo, it's a foul play. You've been messing around with the help. You know what I'm saying? You've been fooling around with the help. But, we know ours, man, you have two dark parents. That baby come out all lazy. First thing they tell the father, you go out there, you say, yo, look at the ears. Check his ears. If the ears are kind of dark, he going to darken up some. But, but we know that things come out like, where we at?
28. Now Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. And Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sod pottage. And Esau came in from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, let me swallow, I pray thee, some of this red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. All
right. Let's first with 28 that Chief Ooze was diving so deep into, I mean, and it says, that Isaac loved Esau and Rivkah loved Jacob. And, I mean, Ooze told you pretty much all that, but it's just that when you say love, it's not like I just hate this boy. It's like you get a familiar, y'all know what I'm talking about. You get familiar more with one of them, and you see a certain part of you see characteristics in this one you may not see in the other one. And they twins though. Right. But and you just say, come on, man, that's my boy. Mm-hmm. You don't hate the other one, but that one is just like it's already there. The click is there. So and that's the feeling. And Jacob, he was more, homebody, and I don't feel like going out in that field. It get dirty. I just want to sit here and play my little Xbox. So and then 29. Sorry.
And Jacob sod pottage, and Esau came in from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, let me swallow, I pray thee, some of this red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me first thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I'm at the point to die. And what profit shall the birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me first. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. So Esau despised his birthright.
Okay, so now Esau, being the hunter he is, being that guy out there in the field all day, sweating, right, trying to bring home the bacon, as they would say. Mm-hmm. So he comes back in, his brother, being that chef, stay around him and know how to cook this stuff. He knows how to cook also, as we're going to see later. But, he say, oh, he smell them beans. Give me some of them beans. And he said, oh, just sell me your birthright. I'm at the point, I'm starving over here. And y'all know how many times we've played the starving card? I'm so hungry. And y'all had breakfast. and I'm overgoing for lunch. It's like, this guy, man, I'm starving over here. And he's going over his time. Mm-hmm. We played that. I seen the brother coming in this morning, the breakfast, for whatever reason. Wasn't here. He's like, oh, man, no breakfast today. I'm so hungry. I'm starving. Come on, man. And as Chief Wu said, some places, they don't have those luxuries. Mm-hmm. Well, we take a water like this and throw it in the garbage. They looking for waters. Mm. But that's the card Esau played, is the I'm starving card. So now, Jacob, being in contact with his emo, being under his emo, got the to talk with her a lot. They talked. And she told Jacob, obviously, about what God told her. Young man, one day you shall be in charge. Right. All this shall be yours. But my brother Esau is older. He get the double portion. No. No, my boy. Mm-hmm. God said that the younger, you should have all of this. Right. Oh, yeah? Yeah. So, but you got to put some works in there. So, with that knowledge, and knowing about God and reading, you say, okay, sure, he got the birthright. First, I try to get his birthrights by any means. You hungry? Give me birthrights, I'll give you food. If that didn't work, you want these sandals? Give me birthright. I would have kept going until something, and he said, okay, no. Swear to me. Swear, and we read in here. We read in this book. This book tell you don't have to swear. You don't have to make a vow. That is nowhere that said thou shalt vow. Right. But if you do, you are held to that vow. That is a bonding contract that you have made with somebody when you vow a vow. When you swear, look, I swear that you're going to get this day and that day. That's a vow. It's a contract. I can take you to the Israelite courts. So that's what he got him to do, to swear that you got the birthrights. They're yours now. Mm-hmm. It's a verbal contract. They ain't signed nothing, but it's verbal. Right. Binding. Where we at?
Chapter 26, verse 1. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. Right. And Yahweh appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these lands, and I will establish the oath which I swore unto Abraham thy father. And I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these lands. And by thy seed shall all the nations of the earth bless themselves.
All right. Again, now we go into 26. When it's time, it's a famine, like the famines that our forefathers had. So we know about famines. So he says a famine came. So this lets us know also that we can't get so complacent that we're not ready to get up and move. And sometimes we have to not wait for a situation, not wait for a famine. Mm-hmm. We got people right now. Russia's bombing Kuwait, whatever the name is. And bombing it, and now these people have been so complacent and set. Now they, it's the winter and they cold. They got to get up out of there. So sometimes you got to be ready to move on. You got to be ready, to go without having this thing. But with this, it says, and it goes on to say,
verse 5.
And Yahweh appeared unto him and said, Go down. Go not down into Egypt, right. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Mm-hmm. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all this land, and I will establish the oath which I swore unto Abraham thy father. Again, the Most High is telling him, listen, what I swore unto your father, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to take care of y'all. And if the great, mighty King Jehovah says, I swore something and I got to keep it. I've sworn by myself, I got to keep this. How much more with us? When we make a vow, when we swear. Come shoot.
Verse 5. Because that Abraham hearkened to my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar.
All right. Mm-hmm. It said because Abraham hearkened to my voice and kept my charge and commandments and my statutes and the laws. We can be blessed through our parents. I can bless my children if I stay in this way that the Most High has led me in. If I don't say, my kids are grown now. I've been tired of doing this Shabbat thing anyway. You know what I mean? They all right now. You know, I still got to keep the path. Right. I can't veer off. You know, but I've been wanting to chase one of them ham sandwiches. You know, you can't veer off from it. You got to keep that because you never know who may be blessed through you, through your actions. You know, you're responsible for more than just yourself. At times you are responsible for more than yourself. And we have to keep that in mind when the things we do in the open and in secret.
Mm-hmm. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, verse 7. And he said, she is my sister. For he feared to say my wife, lest the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she is fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how sayest thou she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, because I said, lest I die because of her. And Abimelech said, what is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might easily have lain with thy wife, and thou wouldst have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all the people, saying, he that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death.
Okay, again, as we read in verse 8, it says, it came to pass when he had been there a long time that Abimelech, the king, hold on, first of all. It says, and the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, she is my sister, for he feared to say my wife, lest the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. This lets us know that in times of old, our children, us as children, we heeded to our fathers. Right. We sat up under our fathers. We got knowledge from them. Right. You know, I mean, you took time out to hang with your friend. You did this. You ran through the field, but you wore out the elder's doorstep.
That's right.
Because had he not did that, he would not know what to tell these people. He wouldn't know the history of these people, how they do when you got an old foxy wife next to you. When you got your wife is drop dead gorgeous, and you get ready to go into a strange place. You say, Isha, if they look at you, boo, they gonna kill me. Please just say you my sister till we get through this town. He knew that because his Abba did it. Right. And his Abba told him how that worked out. All things coming from the creator of heaven and earth. His Abba said, look, use this one, boy, when you be floating around. It works. Use it. And he went through that, you know, but in time, it says, and it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. Now you're sporting. You've been there a while now. You got comfortable. You're chilling. And, you know what I mean? And y'all laugh and joke. Y'all used to be on the high, on the down low. But now you're out there playing. And you look around, though. Ain't nobody around. And, you know, you do it. Give me a little peck. Come here. Let me squeeze you. You know, you feel on the arm or something. You know. And the guy's, you know, he's a king. He's on his balcony. He's looking around out the window. He said, hold on, man. Hold up. Brothers and sisters don't do that nowhere. Nowhere. I've been around. This don't happen with brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? So he ain't no knucklehead. So he like, call this guy in here. Yo, what's going on? Yo, why you tell me that, man? I'm looking down and surely I see that ain't your sister, bro. You know? So now you got caught up in your thing, but now you got to explain yourself. So now you got to be ready to explain this and say, listen, I thought that y'all knew that was my wife. Y'all was going to kill me. You know, God, my Abba told me that's like the history of y'all strange people. You know? Y'all ain't down with that adultery. Murder? All right, but adultery? Not so much. So, I went with that, and I thought, and I said, this is my sister. And obviously, this place, you know, frowned also on adultery. So, king went and told the people, Yo, this is his wife. Don't mess with her. Don't touch her. And we know Creator is in all matters, so that's Creator right. Put this right in this king. Who we at?
Verse 12. And Isaac sowed in that land and found in the same year 100-fold. And Yahweh blessed him. And the man waxed great and grew more and more until he became very great. And he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and a great household. And the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth.
All right. Yeah, it says, and Isaac sowed in that land and found in the same year 100-fold, and Yahweh blessed him.
Right.
Yahweh blesses the works of our hands. We cannot sit back and try to get this thing where I'm just going to figure out these numbers, and this is my thing every day. I'm going to figure out how to hit this lotto, and I'm going to do this. We from times of Adam, we had to work by the sweat of our brow. We had to do this from the curse. So nothing is going to come easy. I don't care if you see your Abba own 10, 500 corporations and all that, and you say, like 50 Cent said, he tried to get his son $1 million business to go on, and he was happy with the little $5,000, $50,000 a month. Child support you getting. You're a grown man now. So he said, I got to cut that off. So we have to still, whatever our parents have, we still have to go out there and work on our own. We still have to put ourselves out there and put the work in. It says, and the man waxed great and grew more and more until he became very great, and he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and a great household, and the Philistines envied him. They're going to hate you. You're going to have a lot of haters out there when you're doing good.
That's right.
They're going to hate you. People out there, they're going to smile in your face, and everything going to look good, but they're going to hate you. You're going to feel it, but you got to keep doing what you know is right and, making your preparation, because sometimes we dumb down ourselves just to fit in. Sometimes, I'm real. You could just go in this book and read this, blah, 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 and pass this test. Everybody called me a bookworm. They call me this. They call me that. I'm just going to fail this one on purpose. We do that. We do that just to try to fit in. But our Father, listen, they envy them. They want to be like you, but hating at the same time.
Right.
They will switch places with you at any time. We dumbed down on this law. We took this law and threw it in the garbage. And you know what the other guy did? The European, he was dumpster diving. He found this book, dusted off and said, whoa, they trash is my treasure. They took this book and rolled with it, and the rest is history.
Right.
You look at all the buildings being built all around you. Because they got the concrete man, the electrical man, the plumbing guy, the everything guy. Everything to make a building. And you ready to rent. So, not getting off, but okay. Where we at, bro?
Verse 16. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence and encamped in the valley of Gerar and dwelled there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names on which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of living water. And the herdmen of Gerar strove with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they contended with him. And they digged another well, and they strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sidra. And he removed from thence and digged another well. And for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now Yahweh hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beer-sheba. And Yahweh appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he built an altar there and called upon the name of Yahweh. and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged the well.
All right. So now we got that Isaac, Abimelech comes to you now. I mean, after watching this and watching you and knowing about your God, he don't serve your God, but you know about his God. We serve only the creator of heaven and earth, but we do a little bit of studying about JJ and this one and that one, just for our defense, just so we can, build our God up a little more, even though he needs not our help. But Abimelech is like, look, bro, you getting too big here, man. You standing side by side. You almost like the king. You got all this wealth and riches. You got my men over here all angry and envious of you. You doing Abimelech got 1,000 and Isaac is 10,000. That's what they saying out there. I hear. Say, you got to go, man. That's the only power I got. Get out of my place, man. So, and as he should, he put him out. You invite somebody to your house and you look around and he getting the plate before you. He shall serve him. He ain't guess no more. He been too damn long. Give me my plate. and then feed him. But when you see it like that, it's time to go, cuz. Time to move on, cuz. So that's what happened. And they took that and moved on. And, the Most High talked to him. And he said, for Abraham's sake, I'll do this. And, his servants are still working. They digging wells. But these guys are still too close. Sometimes in order to really do and establish what we want to do and need to do, we got to get a little further out. We moved from Brownsville to Red Hook. And he said, man, you're still a little too close. We out of the way a little bit, but we still a little close. And then one day somebody come in and say, look, I seen some nice property, but it's kind of like over here. You be like, damn, the whole congregation ain't coming over there, man. But sometimes you got to get away and you start building up, then they will come. You still online. But, you build up a way where you can have, be able to receive whoever do come. But that's what he did. He kept moving on until he felt comfortable enough. And he seen that this is good. Right here, I can build an altar. We can praise Yah without the interference of this guy and, the other servants from over there. And that's what we look for. Come see.
Verse 26. Then Abimelech went to call him from Gerar, and Achuzah his friend, and Phicol the captain of his host. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore are you come unto me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, we saw plainly that Jehovah was with thee. And we said, let there now be an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace.
All
God,
right.
now the blessed of Jehovah.
I'll read the next one.
And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning and swore one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace.
Okay. Now, it says, then Abimelech, after sending them away, and this guy, you finally find peace, you finally got your feet kicked up, you relaxing. Right. Now, because everything, this book ain't written day by day. There's spaces in between. So now, time done went by, everything is cool, you're comfortable. And now Abimelech is still walking, back and forth on his little terrace. He's like, I want this guy Isaac, man, because he was blowing up over here, And like the Pharaoh thought, he said, surely these people, they get too big and we can't handle them no more. He said, but I know something about these people. When they make a pact, when they make a swear, when they make a vow, they stick to it. It's good. It's good money. We safe. So that's what I got to do. Well, I ain't going by myself. So he took his man, he took his servant, he took them. He said, yo, let's go see this guy Isaac, man. He said, let's go check him and make sure everything is cool. Because we don't want to think peace, where ain't no peace.
Right.
So that's what they're going to do. They're going to go and check out Isaac and see, give him a little heart check. Just, peek around, yo, How you feeling? And so they step up. Now me, being Isaac, I'm like, what these cats want? You know, you on your guard. You know what I mean? You got beef with somebody, you leave, you get away. Now you're sitting out in front of the door, and they come. So, yo, we just let me know what's going on. You know, so you're on your guard until you hear the story. No, what brings you here? And that's what Isaac did. Isaac was like, yo, what's happening? Y'all sent me away. Y'all didn't like me. Your servants didn't like my servants. Why you here? All right.
And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, we have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of this city is Be'er Sheba unto this day. And when Esau was 40 years old, he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basmat, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. And they were a bitterness of spirit unto Isaac and to Rebekah.
Where's that?
That was the end of 26. We had 27.
All right, hold on. Like I say, and he made a feast for them, and they did eat and drink, and they rose up betimes in the morning and swore one to another, and Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. Okay, they swore one to another. This is what this guy Abimelech was looking for, to swear. Give me the words, the comforting words that I know that this ain't gonna happen. And it said it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, we have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of it was Beersheba. And when Esau was 40 years old, all right, now we're going back, he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri, the Hittite, and Basmath, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite. And they were a bitterness of spirit unto Isaac and Rebekah. Now again, we're going with marriage. And we know from Abraham, when Isaac was born, he said, listen, don't marry my kids to these people over here. You know, and this is a thing that's always been, and you can see, they don't like the choice I made. But I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes you can look back and you just say, he made a mistake. I can't say, bang, why you married? But you can see it's a bitterness. It's kind of, I'm not feeling her. Right. I mean, there was a time, we was all young. Took a girl to Emma, and she's an old light-skinned girl, boy. As soon as she left out the house, Emma was like, So, she gave me the go-ahead on the Isha I got now, of 42 years. She used to come to the house when she was young and help my Emma with stuff, and that was, that's what Emma looked for, You dating young girls, hey, she come over and, hi, Emma Sarah, can I help you with this? Can I help you with that? And that's what parents, they look for. And that's what we look for. But, Kamshi.
Chapter 27, verse 1, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. And he said unto him, here am I. He said, behold now, I am old, I know not the day of my death.
All right. It says, and it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son and said unto him, my son. And he said, here am I. And he said, behold now, I am old and I know not the days of my death. When you get to a certain age, and none of us know the days of our death. Whether you're young, whether you're old, right. But at a certain age, you start preparing yourself. You start getting more comfortable with the feeling. As Chief Ooze said, my Emma told me, I don't know. All we do is talk about God. Sometimes we sat there and didn't have to talk about nothing. I sat there with Emma and she watched a game show and I was sitting there. But she said, yeah, I've been praying to God to take me. He ain't took me yet. I'm like, come on, I've been praying against that. So, we gave God a little tug of war here. Right. I'm praying, don't take you. You said take you. So, but with that said, when you get older, though, you get where you've established certain things, you built up stuff, and as in times right now, they have things called living wills, and you got to have stuff prepared. If you should accumulate one ring or two, listen, I got 3 sons, 4 sons. I got to let them know this goes here, this goes there, this goes there. So, feeling that the Esau was the oldest, I bring my oldest boy in and I say, listen, this is what's going on, Yeriel. This is what I got going on. This is what you're going to be in charge of. Make sure your little brother get this, blah, blah, blah. We putting everything in order. Who knows? I might go another 10 years or 10 minutes. But I'm putting it in order now. Right. And that's what he chose to do. So now we're going to see part 2 of the promise. I call it the promise. Mm-hmm. Some people call it the deception, but I say the promise. Mm-hmm. Might a little something in there, but when you get a word from God, I feel it's a promise that he gave unto you. All right, where we at, bro?
Verse 3. Now, therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me venison, and make me savory food such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. Right. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spoke to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spoke unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying.
All right, now again, Emma ain't ear hustling or nothing. She ain't standing at the door. Just like Sarah wasn't standing there when she was at the tent door. She wasn't standing there to hear what Abraham and them was saying. You hear certain stuff, and then she laughed. But this is something that comes from the Creator. She said, I heard what your father just told Esau. So that means we don't know how the word came. Come, she.
Bring me venison and make me savory food that I may eat, and bless thee before Yahweh before my death. Mm-hmm. Now therefore, my son, hearken to my voice, according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I'll make them savory food for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father that he may eat, so that he may bless thee before his death.
Okay, now, again, you know the promise. You know what has been told to you from the Creator. So now you got to put this thing in order. You talk to your son. You let him know how things was going down. The Most High said this. But in order to be the firstborn, in order to get these blessings, you need this. So, all right, he already went at him for the birthrights. Mm-hmm. He knew that, hey, I got to get birthrights in order to get this blessing of the elder, get that taken over. So he got the birthrights. His brother swore that to him. So now that's in his pocket. So now Emma hears that, listen, you about to get this blessing. Go get me something to eat, and so I can bless you. Right. Come on, she.
And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a mocker, and I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing.
Okay.
Verse 13.
Yeah. It said, Now therefore, my son, hearken to my voice according to that which I command thee. Again, on the deception part, we keep saying, as I just said a little while ago, we say that it was a deception of Jacob, but if I'm here and I command my child to do something, then that's, you got to honor your parents. A command from me to my child is like reading a command from God to me. Thou shalt not murder. I can't murder. If I command my child not to go in the cookie jar, that's a command. Do not do it. Or do this, do that. So he got a command from him. Come see.
Verse 13. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son.
Upon me. So she took that feeling away because he was like, listen, Emma, even when you command me something, I got to question it or check it a little bit. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what you said, but just hear me out, because, that's my twin brother. We grew up together, and, he a little hairier than me, and he be out there in that wilderness stuff. He stink. You know what I mean? I'm going to smell me, and I'm that good smelling one. He said, so I'm going to be as one who's messing with Abba. Yeah, right. And according to this law y'all told me about, from Adam and Eve time, Abba got the rulership now. He got the last word. So, Emma. So then she had to comfort him with, it says, and his mother said unto him, upon me be thy curse, my son. Only hearken to my voice and go fetch me them. So I'll take the weight for that. I'll take the weight for that, son, because I'm telling you to do this. And I mean, there's some things in life you learn and you do it. You have to, you your own person. You got to take that. You got to eat that. But we have times when, like we say, oh, man, this jacket is pork. I can't wear this. And you say, hey, man, here, you want a jacket? Now you feed somebody, you read the ingredients. This got swine in it. And you give it to somebody because they don't do the laws you do. You make them break God's law still. And you be like, oh, I'm clean. I didn't eat it. But you chose, you got somebody else to sin. Instead of throwing it in the garbage, you find that gold and it got the nice big chain on there and it got the cross. Yo, come here, shorty. You pick this up. Get the cross off. That's yours. And give me the rest.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So, but on this one, he must say, look, let it be upon me. I'm putting all this in your head. I commanded you to do it. So bring it on me. Where we at?
14. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory food such as his father loved. And Rebekah took the choicest garments of Esau, her eldest son, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory food and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. Okay, now we putting the plan in action. The plan got to go in action now. It's time, son. Come on. We done worked up to this. I done talked to you about this ever since you was a child. Now the plan got to go into action. So she's doing everything, prepping this, and both of these are my sons. Right. I brought both of them up from the womb. So it's, I know my husband. We married from young. 40 was young to him. But anyway, I know this. I know everybody. And Rivka, with Most High in her, she had that skill. So she said, okay, go get this, do this. And she put everything in order. She put the plan together. Come, she. And he came unto his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found this so quickly, my son? And he said, because Jehovah thy God sent me good speed. Okay. The first thing, he said, who is this? When he first heard him, hey, Abba, I got the venison. Who is this? Right. So he said, it's your firstborn, Esau. He took the birthrights, but he didn't take the name. So he kind of embellished a little bit saying, Esau, I'm Esau. I got the birthright, so I'm now the firstborn, technically. But I'm not Esau, so there's deception in there. But then he said, well, how are you so fast in coming? Because, Isaac know, he know the time to go out and the time to, what it take to catch the venison, cook the venison. We ain't had to soak and salt it for 3 days, but you still had to cut the throat, let the blood drip out. You had to do certain things. He know that. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to lay back, take a nap, or a good long nap or whatever, because I know it's going to take him a while.
As soon as I get comfortable, boom, you right here. Yo, how you get here so fast? Huh? Nah, it ain't never been that easy. But then I soothe you once again, being that God that helps. Abba, the Most High has brought this to me. The Father brought this to me. You know, like he brought Abraham that sacrifice when you was laying on that on that bed. When you was laying there, and he looked over there and said, "Oh, that's how he brought this. This stuff goes together." So he's like, "Okay, son, it's all right. You use the Most High card again. Gotcha. Father brought this to me with speed, so I can get this blessing." Where we at, bro?
21. And Isaac said unto Jacob, "Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not." And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. And he said, "Art thou my very son Esau?" And he said, "I am." And he said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee." And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto
hold
him,
on. All right, so now, what was it, 21? As Isaac said unto Jacob, "Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not."
Right.
You said you Esau. So come on, let me give you a feel. Let me just clarify this, because this is some serious business we about to go through. And before I, make this contract official, come on, let me feel you. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob,
right,
but the hands are the hands of Esau." They twins. If your eyes wasn't dim, you still could tell your boys apart and all of that, but the voices ain't the same. He said, you got that hairy body, but that voice ain't yours. He said, and he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hands, so he blessed him. And he said, "Art thou my very son Esau?" And he said, "I am." Again, he said he was Esau, not the firstborn. And he said, "Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee." And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he drank the wine, and he brought it near him, the wine, and he drank. All right, so now everything is going in order. He felt him. Okay, this feels like Esau. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm eating, I'm drinking. I'm getting relaxed now. I'm relaxed. Come, she.
And his father Isaac said unto him, "Come near now and kiss me, my son." And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him and said.
Okay, now, the second part. Now, I done felt you and everything. Come here, boy, and give me a kiss. Because just like Jacob was saying, listen, I'm not Esau. Esau be out there all the time. I ain't out there like that. I was going to know. So she put the raiment on. And now, come on, boy, give me a kiss. He kissed him, and he gave him that. That's the smell of out there in the woods and all of that. So it's comforting him more. But now, Rivka, being promised this, also she had that knowledge, and she was intact with the Most High also. So she knew her husband. She knew what he was going to check for.
Right.
She already knew. She said, "Look, he going to check. He ain't seeing like he used to, but he going to check certain stuff."
Right.
Isaac ain't no dummy. He ain't no knucklehead. He going to check. So she had all this stuff prepped already. That's why she's so confident and said, let this be upon me.
Right.
If this thing go wrong, let this be upon me, because God gave me the promise, and He's putting this in me, and this is supposed to work. Come, she.
"See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which Jehovah hath blessed." 28. "So God give thee of the dew of heaven, and of the fat places of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be everyone that blesseth thee. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting.
All right. Now again, after the eating and all of that, now we got down to business of the prayer. So he put forth the prayer, and he said blessings, and he gave him the dew, and he said the fatness. But he also said, as we read before, with his father Abraham earlier on, and in many chapters it says, let those who bless thee be blessed, and those who curse thee be cursed. And we can't say this enough. We can't go back and forth with our brothers and sisters in as much as to try to wish them harm or wish them something that could probably ricochet and come right back at us. You know, that's why communication and going in this book is so very important, because anything can be resolved if we get in this book and we communicate and we talk. But if we don't choose to communicate, then we just wish the worst for our brother or our sister, and we know that without you, there's no me. Where we at, bro?
31. He also made savory food and brought it unto his father, and he said unto his father, let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who then is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, and yea, and he shall be blessed.
And he shall be blessed. One thing that Isaac knows is that when you vowing vows and when you putting stuff forth and when you dealing with the Most High, these words have meanings. And when you put this forth, it shall happen. This is going to come to pass, son. This right here is going to happen. This is a fact. You know, so that's why he's trembling, you know. And now, when his son do come in, he said, who is this? Because now everything is in place. That voice, once that voice come in here, and the love he had for Esau, he said, damn, I messed up. That's when he felt it. But then also he told him, he said, well, it's too late. So I already gave him a blessing. Come, she.
And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with an exceeding great and bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with God, and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He take away my birthright, and behold, now he have taken away my blessing.
He said, this guy caught me out here twice. He caught me out here for birthrights on some grub, man. He said, I ain't take that serious. He said, but now my blessing? He said, but this guy done caught me twice out there slipping. My little brother. He said, this guy caught me. But he know the severity of it now. Now, you know, as things come in when sometimes it's a little too late. He's like, man. He said, wow, I slipped on that one. You know, I slipped on something. And sometimes things come to us, and it's, damn, I made a mistake. But it's irreversible. I can't reverse it. So now I got Abba. What's the next plan? Plan B. Something there. Comes to you.
And he said, hast thou not reserved the blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have given to him for his servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what then shall I do for thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Listen, knowing that I'm the love of your life, Abba, I'm about to cry. I'm going to bring some tears down right about now. This is serious. Abba, come on, man. How you got one blessing? You got 2 sons.
Right.
How you get one blessing with 2 sons? Got to be something in here for me. Give me something I can work with, Abba. You know what I mean? Just give me something that, you already talking about you getting ready to pass. Give me something I can carry with me. You got to have another blessing, Abba. You know, and, you tell your firstborn, your strength. You say, look, you get a double portion. But then also you see characteristics in your other children, your other sons, And you say, listen, for you, it's this right here and that, you know. I see in you, you know, that's why I bought this little piece of property over there, because I seen that, you know, you good with this and you like to fix cars, and I got the garage there, everything ready for you. You know, but you setting them up, but you got to have something for the other children. Just can't say, look, man, I'm giving you the double portion and handle them. Take care of them. Don't work like that. You don't never know how that's going to work out. So we got to try to plan something for all the children. Oh, yeah, bro.
39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, of the fat places of the earth shall be thy dwelling, and of the dew of heaven from above.
All right. Do this kind of sound familiar? All right. With Jacob, he says, the dew of the heavens from above, and then the fatness of, and he just reversed it now. Now he just said the fatness and the dew. But I just found that in there. So,
and by thy sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt break loose, that thou shalt shake his yoke from off thy neck.
Listen, I gave him that blessing. I gave him a charge. But there comes a time in every life where, you know, there's a window where you can see this window of opportunity and break that yoke off your neck. You know, you'll be at your strength. When you get at your strength, break the yoke off. You know, you have to live by his sword for a little while. And that's what we got to see. We got to see our windows of opportunity, and we got to be prepared. And like I said, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So if you're already preparing yourself, and that's with our youth, we gotta know what we want to do in life. We don't know what's in the plan for us, but we gotta set ourselves up, because you can ask, you know, hey, you want to be an electrician? I don't want to be an electrician. You want to be a carpenter? I don't want. You got 1,000 I don't want to be's, and you ain't giving me one I want to be. Give me I want to be. I work with you. I want to be a musician. Okay, let's go down here to Sam's music store, you know, and test you out. You sound horrible on the but let's work with you. You know what I mean? Let's work with you. If that's your goal, if that's your dream, you know, let's work with it and let's see how much time you put into it. But we gotta have something ready. So when that time comes and your window is there, bow. Opportunities. Yeah.
41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, Let the days of mourning for my father be at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And the words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah.
All right. Now, it said Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, Let the days of mourning for my father be at hand, and then I will slay my brother Jacob. Now, after all of this stuff done went through, of course I'm upset. I'm kind of pissed. I'm pissed right now. And I'm saying this in my mind. Yo, I'm going to kill this dude, man. I'm going to kill him. Well, calm shit. Let's go on.
Let the days of mourning for my father be at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And the words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, proposing to kill thee.
Okay, again. Now, he said this in his heart and his mind and other verse. But now, as time goes on, you're still a little pissed. You still murmuring this around. You still see him out there moving and grooving. You say, boy, I'm going to kill this dude one day, man. That's how, he ain't no mind reader. But you kept saying it. You rehearsed this. Boy, I can't stand him, boy, one day. And the same servants said somebody heard this. Because somebody took it back to him. Somebody took this back and said, listen, this is Esau said, soon as y'all lay Isaac to rest, he coming that old boy. And I kind of like him, and I like his pottage. So I'm telling you what I heard. So,
Now, therefore, my son, hearken to my voice, and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then will I send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be bereaved of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac,
all right. Now, again, Emma's giving the son, listen, your brother, he's hot now. We don't pull this thing off, but your brother is hot. So I need you to go on over to your uncle's house, to my brother, and where your grandfather found me at, and go over there and chill for a couple of days. I don't know how she thought this was just gonna play out for a few days, but that was her feeling. Go for a couple of days and let him calm down. He'll calm down. I know your brother's spirit. He'll be all right, and then I'll call you back. What comes she?
And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Het. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Het, such as these of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me?
Again, marriage, people. It comes so much into play. And Rivkah and Isaac, they have this bond. So, even though I said, the rulership of the house, but he listens to his wife. He values her opinion. So when she comes and say, listen, our other son, he done married these girls, boy, and I almost want to throw up every time they come around me. Say, listen, please, listen, it says, such as these of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? What good is if my other son go off and marry you? What good am I? Why am I all in the kitchen like this? And I ain't got no daughter-in-law to show her this. That's the same spirit and the same mindset as me and praising the same God. Two can't walk together unless they agree. That's right. You see something in this girl, but she's just Christian. I'm an Israelite. She's a Muslim. I'm an Israelite. You got to weigh it up. But I love her, Abba. but weigh up all other factors. You got to think of your children. You got to think of this. And a lot of good Israelite marriages don't work out, but this one, this look like it's dead before it starts. So she's saying, what good is my life if this happens? And she's throwing that on him to send son away, because I know his brother want to kill him. Come she.
Chapter 28, Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And Isaac called Jacob and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padan Aram to the house of Bethuel thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban thy mother's brother. And God Almighty bless thee and make thee fruitful and multiply thee, that thou mayest be a congregation of peoples. And give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee, and to thy seed with thee, that thou mayest inherit the land of thy sojourners, which God gave unto Abraham. And Isaac sent away Jacob, and he went to Padan Aram unto Laban, son of Bethuel the Aramean, the brother of Rebekah, Jacob and Esau's mother.
Okay, now even with the deception, even with all the things that Isaac has seen play out and all of that, he knew that the blessing stood.
Right.
He knew through his God and through him and his wife talking and the promise that was given to her, he knew that this stood. So he had to talk with his son with wisdom, not with anger. He wasn't angry no more. This is wisdom. Listen, go out and do this, man, because we need you to keep our legacy alive. We need you to go over here, and we need you to be that man who's going to carry Israel on to the next level. And again, that's when you're talking with those, your elders, those who've been around, not your equals, but your elders. And they tell you, listen, we need you to be the next line of Israel. And you coming home with these 65s ain't going to do it, man. You doing this out here, in the company you keeping ain't going to do it. These are the words that's going to be passed down. And the anger of what you did yesterday and all that, it's gone. I've just got to tell you what we got to do moving forward. And that's what Isaac is giving his son. This is what's got to happen moving forward, man. Come she.
Now Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan Aram to take him a wife from thence. And that as he blessed him, he gave him a charge, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. And that Jacob hearkened to his father and his mother and was gone to Padan Aram. And Esau saw that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac his father. So Esau went unto Ishmael and took unto the wives that he had, Mahalat, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebaioth, to be his wife. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And again, it finally hit Esau. It finally hit him that these women that he was choosing wasn't too pleasing to his parents. Right. They probably never said nothing directly to him, but it finally hit him that this, they not. I always seen it, but now I know that they ain't pleased with my wives. They didn't say he got rid of them, but he went to Unc and tried to get closer into the family knit. He said, "I'll go to Uncle Yishmi and get one of them daughters over there, and it might be more pleasing to the Most High." And this is again about marriages. We got to be careful in our marriages, and just like they say, you just can't look at the outer person, and beauty is only skin deep. Man, she's gorgeous, and I love her. I just love her. Just looking at her, I love her. but she's very ugly inside. First time she opened her mouth, it's like, every word is a curse word. Every this, you smell alcohol. It's a turnoff. So we got to get past the beauty, past the, he's fly, his sneakers is nice, and we got to get past all that and know our marriages. And we got to get our parents involved. You can't have those marriages when your parents ain't involved. You got to, take the girl home to your parents. Go meet her parents. Oh, I want to meet your moms and your pop. Oh, well, I can't do that right now. Why? Well, my mom, she's in pharmaceuticals, and my pops, he's in a gated community, so we can't really. That just means moms is on drugs and dad is in jail. A gated community. He's in prison. Mom's is in pharmaceuticals. She's on drugs. I'm taking you home to meet them. And with that, I pray and hope that y'all got something out of here. And I say Shabbat Shalom.